Growth operating, SMMA, freelance copywriting, these are the business models your favorite gurus swear by.
Growth operator, SMMA, copywriter.
But what they don't tell you about these businesses is that they all require something that most of you guys don't have, and that is a personal brand. Now, since most of you guys probably don't have that, today I'm gonna show you another business model that has the same, if not more potential to make you 10K a month, but doesn't require any background in marketing or branding. And so you know I'm not BSing, this is the same exact business model that made me and my partners business 78K last month at 22 years old. With all of these other businesses, growth operating, SMMA, you need to be able to brand yourself to sell a product or a service. Now let's keep it a buck. People aren't gonna give you a percentage of their business with fucking 500 followers and a questionable profile picture. It takes time to get good at content, and most people are never gonna acquire that skill, or they're just not naturally good at it. I didn't want to wait to get into business. I wanted that shit right now. You know, I did some poking around and I found wholesale real estate. With wholesaling, nobody's stopping you from making money other than yourself. You can simply just pick up the phone, start dialing, and making deals happen. Now, I want to be very clear. This isn't something that is just going to be handed to you on a silver platter. It's still going to take hard work. But this does not require you to post content or build up a brand, which is where most people get stuck with these other models. The other part is that it doesn't require you to deliver a service that requires years to actually get good at. Growth operating, you need to build out and maintain somebody's community and the back-end systems. SMMA, same deal. You need to run ads and make content for somebody else. Wholesaling, in my opinion, is more of an actual business because you're not responsible for service delivery like a fucking employee. You're simply just a middleman. Now, how wholesaling works. I almost want you to forget the word real estate for a second because I don't want you to think you need to be some Grant Cardone guru to do this, because you don't. I'm literally 5'5", 5'7" on Tinder, and I look like I could still be in high school. I started this shit at 19 years old with my partner who was 17, and we closed on a little bit over 250K our first year wholesaling. I had literally no business doing this. Look, people are always looking to sell their properties for various reasons. Family issues, divorce, deaths in the family, simply just a bad tenant in the property, needing some quick cash, you name it. But there's situations where some people need to sell their house fast. So trying to do it themselves or throw it off to an agent just isn't gonna cut it. And people do realize this. They want convenience, not the best price sometimes. And I'm guilty of that too sometimes. Sometimes I don't want to cook up a whole meal in my kitchen. I'd rather just pay a little bit extra to have it delivered to my door through DoorDash or Uber Eats. You're basically the DoorDash version of a real estate agent, where your selling point is that you can get these properties sold fast. This is something that's always going to be in demand, and very few people are actually tapping into this opportunity. Look, people are always buying and selling properties. This isn't some trend that's just gonna be here and come and go for a few months. Finding distressed properties, making the list of the homeowner's contact information, seeing if they're actually willing to sell. With enough volume, somebody will want to sell their property. Now, we're not fixing and flipping these properties ourselves. We're not buying them ourselves and actually putting them in our name. Although this is an option and something that we have done ourselves. We're simply connecting this seller with another buyer. The seller has already agreed to one price, let's say $100,000. Now we're just offering that property to another potential buyer at $120,000, let's say. Now you're probably wondering, why the fuck would anybody pay that markup price? Why wouldn't they just go directly to the seller? Why are they going through a wholesaler directly? Well, let's bring it back to convenience. These investors, these buyers, you know, they're bankrolling each year, making 100, 200, sometimes upwards of $1 million to $2 million each year flipping properties. They have the money to where they can pay for that convenience, that they don't need to cold call or spend a bunch of money on ads. They can simply connect with some wholesalers like us and just have deals brought to them on a week-to-week basis. Because again, you gotta remember, we're getting properties under contract that are complete shitholes. You can't move a family into that property because it's damn near falling over. Only person that is going to be buying that property is an investor. But yes, they might be paying slightly over market value, but they know in the end, whether they flip it or they rent it out, hold on to it for a few years, they're going to be making profit in the end. And all we gotta do is simply collect the difference within the spread. $100,000 to 120, what is that? 20 grand. Now, if I were to say that this is a super easy business model and you can make money next week doing this, I'd be a fucking coward and I'd be dishonest. But if you have the personality type that likes this kind of stuff and you like to get your hands dirty a little bit, I promise this is a massive opportunity for you. This isn't something that only adults can do. They just complicate the fuck out of it to lower competition, and also they just have an old head way of thinking and explaining things. You can make this happen as a young hustler. My partner was 17 when he got started doing this, and I was 19 when I got started doing this. And not only that, I've seen so many kids start hitting 5-figure months consistently doing the same exact business model. Take Donald, for instance, one of my best students. He found a property on the south side of Chicago and wholesaled it to me for $10,000 profit to his name. Or his business, whatever that was. Now, me and my partner Ethan are gonna take that property, put about 80 grand into it, and we're gonna roughly make about $50,000 to $60,000 in a matter of 3 months on that property. And here's another one of my best students, Austin out in Maryland.
I'm about to get a new contract, Mom. I'm closing it right now. He's signing right now, Mom.
He's been grinding out on this for the last month and a half, 2 months, and he was finally able to get his first deal closed for a whopping 8 grand. And this motherfucker is still in high school, still doing car sales, and he's absolutely killing it with wholesaling now. So if you're interested in that, peep the description and stay tuned for more of the wholesale videos that I put out there. Might start posting flipping videos, might start posting rental videos. Stay tuned. You might start learning a lot more. Love you guys.